Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Big revelation by India's Air Force Chief. India shot down 6 Pakistani aircraft, including 5 Pak fighter jets during Operation Sindoor. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy reacts on Trump-Putin meet, calls for Kyiv's involvement, expresses readiness for a peaceful outcome. Rain batters parts of Delhi and adjoining areas, bringing traffic to snail's pace. Waterlogging reported in several places as Weather Department issues yellow alert. Indians across the world celebrate Raksha Bandhan, the sacred bond of siblinghood and love. President Draupadi Murmu and PM Modi celebrate the festival. India's Air Force Chief, Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh made a big revelation that India shot down 6 Pakistani aircraft successfully during Operation Sindoor. The downed fleet included 5 fighter jets and a high-value airborne early warning and control system aircraft, commonly known as the Big Bird for its advanced surveillance role. He said the S-400 has been a game-changer. The Air Chief was speaking at an event in Bengaluru this morning.
We have at least 5 fighters confirmed kills and 1 large aircraft, which could be either an Elint aircraft or an AWNC aircraft, which was taken on at a distance of about 300 kilometers. This is the actually largest ever recorded surface-to-air kill that we can talk about.
All right, indeed, India correspondent Vishal Baristo joins us live. Hi Vishal, good afternoon. Big statement coming out there from Air Force Chief Amarpreet Singh that India shot down 6 Pakistani aircraft during Operation Sindoor. What more details do you have on this, Vishal?
Well, hi Siddharth. First of all, very happy Raksha Bandhan to you.
To you too.
We all know that Raksha Bandhan is the day when a promise is made, and the armed forces have also made a promise to the countrymen that they are safe and secure under their protection. And today, the Air Force Chief making it very clear that Operation Sindoor was a big success, and not only a big success by the means of what India wanted to achieve, but also a befitting reply to Pakistan. And today the Air Force Chief, Air Chief Marshal AP Singh, making it very clear that 5 of the Pakistan fighter jets were shot down. Also 1 spy aircraft, which was quite large, was also shot down. So officially coming from the Indian Air Force Chief, making it quite obvious why Operation Sindoor is successful for India and why India needs to continue Operation Sindoor.
Definitely, Vishal. Air Force Chief also heaped praise on S-400. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Well, certainly S-400, as we all know, is the surface-to-air missile system. It is the Russian missile system called the S-400 Triumph. The Triumph word itself tells us that it stands for victory. And S-400 has the capacity to engage 300 targets simultaneously. It is maneuverable. It can be mounted on any vehicle, and it can be taken anywhere. It has the range of 600 kilometers. From 600 kilometers, it can detect a target. And the aircrafts that have been shot, as informed by the Indian Air Force Chief, they were shot at a distance of 300 kilometers. So indeed, this has been a big achievement and quite a successful operation as far as S-400 is concerned, which is the surface-to-air defense missile system. And let me also tell you that today the Defense Minister of India has also tweeted, put it on the X handle, that India's defense production has also increased by 18% in comparison to last year, and which is, if we talk in the dollar terms, about $16.5 billion, which is 1.5 lakh crore. which is a huge achievement for the Indian defense production. And we all know that during the last decade, India has very much strengthened its defense system, especially focusing on made in India products and also from importer to becoming an exporter. This has been a huge achievement by the Indian defense sector.
Definitely, indeed, a huge achievement by the Indian defense sector, Vishal. One thing is very clear, that Operation Sindoor has very loud and clear sent out a message to the world that India no longer tolerates terrorism, and like you were also saying, is a befitting reply to Pakistan. Vishal, you were thoroughly covering Operation Sindoor. Tell us more about it. What was happening that time, and about India's stance against terrorism? It was a wonderful reports we saw coming from you, Vishal. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, thank you for all those kind words, Siddharth. Yes, I was there on the very next day when this Pahalgam attack happened, and I happened to spend at least a month over there. And we all know that Operation Sindoor was a success. And why Operation Sindoor was very much necessary? Because India wanted to avenge the Pahalgam killings. And as our Prime Minister said, that it was only against the terror camps across the border. It was quite a clinical attack. It was done with clinical precision, and India made it very clear that it was nothing against the civilians of Pakistan nor the military installations of Pakistan. But when India was forced, India had to defend, and the claim made by the Indian Air Force Chief that 5 aircrafts of F-16 series were shot down is certainly a huge eye-opener for all those who have been running a narrative and a campaign on the different social platforms. And if you remember, the Defense Minister of Pakistan made a very laughable reply, gave a very ridiculous reply to one of the media channels, foreign media channels, when he was asked that Pakistan has been claiming that it has shot down Indian aircrafts, Indian fighter jets, and what is the proof? And he said that, well, the proofs are everywhere on the social media. But today, the Indian Air Force Chief making it very clear that 5 fighter jets of Pakistan were shot down by S-400 surface-to-air missile system, and one of a large aircraft which was probably spying near the international border, near the LOC, was also taken down. So definitely a befitting reply to Pakistan, a befitting reply to the false narrative against India, and also the claim has come, the revelation has come on a day when India is celebrating Raksha Bandhan, once again reminding the countrymen that you are safe and secure. Operation Sindoor has not been called off. It will continue, and India will have its zero tolerance policy forever, and anybody who happens to cross the border with ill or nefarious design will be given a befitting reply.
Indeed. We leave it there. Thank you so much, Vishal. The annual defence production has soared to an all-time high figure of rupees 1,50,590 crore in the financial year 2024-25. The milestone represents a robust 18% growth over the previous fiscal's output of rupees 1.27 lakh crore. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has lauded the collective efforts of the Department of Defence Production and all stakeholders. He termed the upward trajectory as a clear indicator of India's strengthening defence industrial base. Defence public sector undertakings and other PSUs accounted for approximately 77% of the total production, while the private sector contributed 23%. The share of the private sector, which increased from 21% in FY 2023-24 to 23% in FY 2024-25, reflects the sector's growing role in the defence ecosystem of the country. The overall production of DPSUs and private sector has increased by 16% and 28% respectively in FY 2024-25. This record-setting achievement underscores the growing momentum of the government's push to self-reliance in defence manufacturing under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. The emphasis to reduce the dependency on imports and create a defence industrial complex has shown positive results. The encounter, which began last week, is now being described as one of the longest anti-terror operations in Kashmir in recent years. Senior police and army officers are monitoring situation round the clock. Intermittent and intense firefight continued through the night. Alert troops responded with calibrated fire and tightened the noose while maintaining contact. One terrorist has been neutralized by the security forces so far. Massive combing and search operations are continuing, and officials say the operation is now in its final phase. Now, time for weather updates from around the globe. First up from India. Delhi wakes up to a rainy morning. Heavy rainfall lashed several parts of Delhi NCR today, bringing the national capital to a standstill on Raksha, Bandhan. The Indian Meteorological Department has also issued a red alert for the entire of Delhi today. Moderate to heavy rainfall and thunderstorms have been forecast throughout the day, with the possibility of intense spells over east and central Delhi. Meanwhile, flight operations were also affected, with data from Flight Trader showing around 90 flights were delayed and 4 cancelled. The IGI airport issued an advisory on X, cautioning passengers against traffic congestion in the city. As per the IMD forecast, Delhi is experiencing inclement weather conditions. However, operations are currently normal, an advisory by the IGI airport in Delhi stated. The India Meteorological Department on Friday has issued a fresh warning for Himachal Pradesh, predicting more rain in the coming days. The Chandigarh-Manali National Highway 21 has been closed again due to landslides in Mandi district, just days after it was reopened after a 40-hour closure. This disruption has stranded commuters and caused significant inconvenience. Heavy rainfall is expected to intensify in Himachal Pradesh from Sunday to Monday, prompting a yellow alert for several districts. In Uttarakhand, relief and rescue operations are continuing on a war footing in the disaster-affected Dharali area of Uttarkashi district today. Central and state government agencies are engaged in providing relief to the affected and searching for the missing people, as well as restoring basic facilities. So far, more than 600 people have been airlifted to Uttarkashi and Dehradun. Meanwhile, following a cloudburst in Uttarakhand, the Border Roads Organization is working to construct a Bailey Bridge at Limchi Ghat to restore connectivity on the Rishikesh-Gangotri Road. This bridge is a crucial link on National Highway 34. The BRO is racing against time to complete the bridge, which is currently under construction. Ferocious wildfires tearing across parts of the Los Angeles, Greece, Spain and France have forced thousands to flee, leaving a deadly trail of destruction in their wake. A wildfire killed at least one person and burned houses and farmland in central Greece as firefighters struggled to contain a series of blazes at the start of what is forecast to be several days of gale force winds. 11 planes, 12 helicopters and 170 firefighters were deployed around Keratia, 30 kilometers southwest of the capital. Worst wildfires since 1949 have scorched northwestern Spain, killing one woman who ignored evacuation orders. The blaze injured 18 people, including 16 firefighters, destroyed 36 homes and forced the evacuation of 2,000 residents and tourists. In France, fire crews are also battling multiple wildfires as much of southern Europe grapples with extreme heat and drought. Conditions, scientists say, are intensified by climate change. And still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Anti-immigration protesters gather outside London. Under-20 Women's Asian Cup 2026 qualifiers, India beat Turkmenistan to edge closer to qualification.
Extreme heat, unseasonal rains, floods, droughts. These aren't just isolated weather events anymore. So today, through all our stories, we ask, how do we adapt? And whatever we do, will it be enough as the weather becomes more extreme?
We managed to get the IMD, and what we can create a WhatsApp group. We can have these market leaders in this WhatsApp group, and we can send these, IMD can send these alerts, these weather alerts every day in this WhatsApp group.
We have concentrated mostly on disaster management framing to tackle the problems associated with heat.
It's necessary in this humid heat, and we know that the summers are getting more and more relentless. It's an interesting initiative.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Meanwhile, on Saturday, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy stated that Ukraine could not violate its constitution on territorial issues and said that Ukrainians will not give their land to occupiers. Commenting on Trump's upcoming meeting with Russia's Putin on August 15, Zelenskyy said Ukraine was ready for real solutions that could bring peace. However, he emphasized that any decisions made without Kyiv's involvement would be solutions against peace. Updates now on Russia-Ukraine conflict. US President Donald Trump will meet with Russian President, Vladimir Putin to negotiate an end of the conflict in Ukraine on August 15 in Alaska. At a press conference on Friday at the White House, Trump stated that there will be some exchange of territories for the mutual benefit of both the sides. The US and Russia were aiming to reach a deal that halt the conflict in Ukraine. Trump had threatened to impose new sanctions and tariffs against Moscow and countries that buy its export unless Russia agreed to end the 3.5-year conflict. Earlier, Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff held 3 hours of talks with Putin in Moscow on August 6 that both sides described as constructive.
I'll be meeting very shortly with President Putin. It would have been sooner, but I guess there's security arrangements that unfortunately people have to make. Otherwise, I'd do it much quicker. He would too. He'd like to meet as soon as possible. I agree with it. But we'll be announcing that very shortly.
The United Nations Security Council is set to convene an emergency session on Saturday to discuss Israel's decision to occupy the Gaza Strip, following requests from several member states. Earlier, Israel's Security Cabinet approved a plan proposed by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to establish military control over Gaza City, a move that has sparked sharp criticism from opposition leaders and heightened concerns over the fate of hostages. Following Israel's decision to occupy Gaza City, the meeting has been endorsed by all members of the Security Council except Panama, which is its current chair, and the US sources noted the UK, Denmark, France, Greece and Slovenia requested the emergency session. Israel's Security Cabinet approved a plan late Thursday to occupy Gaza City in the northern part of the enclave. Many anti-immigration protesters clashed with pro-migrant activists outside 2 London hotels housing asylum seekers as tensions over Britain's migrant policy continue to rise. Friday's demonstrations follow a wave of protests outside hotels housing migrants across the UK in recent weeks. Protests are expected to continue as the government struggles to balance border control with humanitarian obligations. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, under pressure from the surging reform, has vowed to smash the gangs behind people smuggling operations. More than 25,000 people have come to Britain on small boats so far in 2025, and Prime Minister Keir has pledged to smash the gangs of people smugglers to try to reduce the number of arrivals. Japan marked the 80th anniversary of the Nagasaki atomic bombing on Saturday as the country's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba reaffirmed its commitment to a world without nuclear weapons. Representatives from 95 countries and territories, including nuclear superpower, the United States and Israel, which neither confirms nor denies having nuclear weaponry, attended the annual ceremony for the milestone year. Russia, which possesses the world's largest nuclear stockpile, was also in attendance. Large parts of Nagasaki were leveled on August 9, 1945, when the United States dropped a 10,000-pound plutonium-239 bomb nicknamed Fat Man on the city, instantly killing approximately 27,000 of an estimated population of 200,000 people. The sacred thread of love, protection and shared memories, Raksha Bandhan 2025, is being celebrated across the country today with traditional fervour and emotional warmth. From temples to homes, the spirit of siblinghood has lit up every corner of India. Here's a special report by DD India's correspondent Kriti Vadera on how this festival of bonds transcends rituals to celebrate the spirit of togetherness.
In a land where every festival narrates stories of relationships, Raksha Bandhan stands as a vibrant celebration of unique bond between brothers and sisters. Marked on the full moon day of Shravan month, the festival sees sisters tying Rakhi, a sacred thread, on their brother's wrist, praying for their well-being and long life. Raksha Bandhan, the sacred thread of protection, is not just a celebration of the bond between brothers and sisters, but a festival that weaves love, trust and tradition into our social fabric. Rooted deeply in Indian culture, this festival transcends familial boundaries. Across the nation, women tie Rakhis to soldiers, honoring their role as protectors of the country, expressing gratitude for their unwavering service. This Raksha Bandhan, many are embracing a healthier way to celebrate, choosing to gift dry fruits and nutritious hampers over traditional sweets, a thoughtful shift that reflects both care and conscious living.
Keeping in mind health aspect of our customer, this year we have designed special gifts hamper of roasted cashews and almond. We want our customer to use dry fruits in place of sweets.
Raksha Bandhan is also an opportunity to go vocal for local. Handmade Rakhis are not just symbol of affection, but also threads of empowerment, supporting thousands of local artisans, especially women, as their craft sustains both tradition and livelihood. From rural workshops to urban stalls, each Rakhi carries the essence of self-reliance, echoing the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. From siblings at home to the soldiers at the borders, the threads of Rakhi are strengthening the social fabric of India. With its every knot tied, DD India wishes all its viewers a joyous and blessed Raksha Bandhan. With camera person Sunny Kalra, I am Kriti Vadhera reporting from New Delhi for DD India.
President of India Draupadi Murmu extended her greetings to all fellow citizens living in India and abroad on the occasion of Raksha Bandhan. On this occasion, the President appealed to the school children to plant trees on Raksha Bandhan. At a ceremony organized at Rashtrapati Bhavan, the President said that Raksha Bandhan is a festival of love and care, and today is the time to take a pledge to protect the environment and save Mother Earth by planting trees.
आज हम लोगों को सुरक्षा देने वाला सबसे बड़ा चीज़ है पेड़ पौधा। पेड़ पौधा हमको सुरक्षा देते हैं, हमको ऊर्जा देते हैं, ज़िंदगी देते हैं। ज़िंदगी जीने का ये एक बहुत बड़ा सोर्स है। पेड़ पौधा को भी रक्षा बंधन की ज़रूरत है। अभी जैसे प्रकृति का परिवर्तन हो रहा है, इसके लिए हम लोगों को इसी दिशा में काम करना होगा और पेड़ पौधा को भी हम रक्षा बांधेंगे। ये केवल मनुष्यों क्या सुरक्षा के नहीं, जितने पशु पक्षी जितने भी जीव जंतु उसके साथ साथ ये प्लानेट का रक्षा करेंगे। ये पृथ्वी का रक्षा करने के लिए हमको आगे जाना होगा।
Raksha Bandhan at Rashtrapati Bhavan had a glimpse of ethnicity and diversity of Indian culture. School children from Goa wore special attire to mark the occasion. DD India correspondent Vishal Baristo finds out more about the inspiration they drew from the President on saving the plant and planting saplings.
I'm here at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Today is Raksha Bandhan, and here you can see these children. They are so colorfully dressed. They are from Goa. So let's talk to them and find out about their meeting, the President, and also about the duty that President has asked them to perform.
It was a wonderful experience. We got a chance to meet Madam President, and she said that we have to plant trees and take care of plants.
In our Goa, there is a festival called Chigmotsav. Then we wear this hat on Chigmotsav.
It has been a very enriching experience for us at Rashtrapati Bhavan to celebrate Raksha Bandhan.
So there you hear from these children, they are fortunate enough to have met the President, and also they were fortunate enough to take picture with the President. With cameraman Piyush in Delhi, this is Vishal Baristo for DD India, Rashtrapati Bhavan.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday celebrated Raksha Bandhan at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, his official residence in Delhi, with school children and members of the spiritual organization Brahma Kumari tying Rakhis on his wrist. Earlier today, he conveyed best wishes to the nation, emphasizing the festival's significance in strengthening the bond between siblings. In a post on X, PM Modi wrote, "Best wishes on this special occasion of Raksha Bandhan. On this day, sisters tie a rakhi around their brothers' wrists. In return, brothers offer gift as symbol of love and care for their sisters." The Indian football team thrashed Turkmenistan 7-0 in its second group match of the Under-20 Women's Asian Cup 2026 qualifiers in Myanmar. Captain Shubhangi Singh and Sulanjana Raul scored a brace each. The result lifted India, who held Indonesia to a goalless draw in their opening game, to the top position in Group D with 4 points. A win over Myanmar or even a draw in their third and final Group D match on Sunday could see the India qualify directly for the main tournament scheduled in Thailand next year. A total of 32 teams vie for 11 remaining spots. India last played the tournament in 2006 when it was for the Under-19 age category. That's all for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live, and a very happy Raksha Bandhan to all of our viewers.